Well, here we are. I've got a little Swedish stove going here. I just thought I'd try it out. I've got a spare bit of pine I cut a few weeks ago. Just see how long it boils, enough water. We've got a I think that's about 2/3 of a pint in there. Got a few digestives just to have with the brew. You can't have a drink without some biscuits. And I must say, while we wait, I've got something out of the fridge just to keep me going. So let's see how long it takes. Well, there we are. Took about 6 minutes for the kettle to boil. I decided on hot chocolate. Didn't fancy finding the tea bags out, so just chucked some cocoa powder and milk in there. And as you can see, there's hours left in that. I might sit out here all evening just to enjoy the nice evening and a little fire. Can't go wrong, really. While I'm outside, I thought I'll have a play with my favourite toy of the moment, which is a Gilly kettle, kettle. It's just a little 1 pint, supposedly 2-cup stove. But it's just like the Gilly kettles or Kelly kettle, any branded storm kettle really. But I just think it's a nice little toy to play with. So I'll just set it going and we'll have a look. If I can figure out how to put the camera down without stopping it, that is. So that's a no. So I'll try and do this one-handed. So as you can see, we've got a few split pieces of birch in there, some birch bark, and yes, I know it's a disposable lighter, but needs must, and also I'm feeling lazy. So be right back. There we are. I've just that's the Swedish stove spitting. I suppose not left it long enough to dry out really, but the birch bark and the birch is nice and dry, so that's taken reasonably quickly. So what we do then, just put the kettle on, and as you can see, within seconds that's growing nicely. Should take about 5 minutes for that to boil, so be back in a moment. Just coming back to the Swedish stove, it's been running now for about 45 minutes, and as you can see, some of the small sections are just collapsing into the middle. It's still kicking out plenty of heat, but from now on I don't suppose it's really safe to cook on it if you were cooking it. But really simple to get going, just some tinder rammed down into the bottom. I had a little bit of scrap paper because I'm at home, some dry twigs. I'm saving really for the kettle and for the bigger Gilly kettles, so, and obviously the sawdust from when we cut the wood earlier. Nice and simple. The only thing I will say about them, when you're cutting, make sure that you cut both ends level. I've just had to prop that up on both sides, just so it's nice and level, so you could put the kettle on the top. It's just one of those things, just obvious really, but when you're working, sometimes forget. Be back in a moment. Well, as you can see, the M kettle's still roaring away there. I'm not actually boiling this for anything other than you can't boil it empty, so when that pops I'll just leave it to itself. But I don't know if you can see in there, it's still roaring away nicely. It's just a few bits of dry twigs and some split birch. It's fairly simple really. All you do is just drop. Oh, there's the Swedish fire log going again. So once you just need fuel, just drop your twigs in the top. It'll keep boiling. Don't boil it without water. It's just like a normal kettle, it'll blow up. But I think it's a nice little toy for when you're outdoors. If you're bushcrafting, rather than have a fire pit. The same really goes for the Swedish log. Rather than have a fire pit, just scrape some bare earth, and if you've got access to the birch or to the I think it's any softwood really, but obviously Sweden being known for its conifers, larch and your pines. Especially in the UK, you've got loads of larch plantations. Just if you've got any, it's nice. It's cleaner as well. You just have a little stump rather than a massive scar about 2 foot across. That'll be preferable in my opinion. Leave no trace. But the little gilly kettle, as I say, favourite toy of the moment. It's really easy to light. I've got a tip off one of the guys on the UK Camping, Survival and Outdoor Adventures. Hang on, here's the gilly kettle ready to go. So now all I have to do is pick it up without burning myself. So, be right back. So there we are, the M kettle's finished boiling. There's just a few embers in the bottom. That'll be fairly easy to get rid of once it's cooled down. And now the Swedish log, that's on one side, almost gone. But as I was saying, one of the guys gave me a tip that if you just want to sprinkle a little bit of crushed chemical fire blocks, hexamine blocks, again just crush it in a mortar and pestle or under the bottom of a knife or whatever you've got. If you do it before you leave home, then obviously that'll be easier than doing it in the woods. Just sprinkle that on the top of your fuel to get the to get your spark. Then you can bring your kindling in, and it's a lot easier than, obviously you need to be able to do it without it because you might not have it at some point, but while you've got it, if you want to use it, it's very easy to do. I think it took me 5 minutes. But while on the subject of that, a lot of people are mentioning that what is bushcraft? You know, certain things are not bushcraft. Well, my answer to that is, if it works for you and it makes it comfortable, if it's not comfortable, you'll not want to do it. And You're there to enjoy yourself. If you want to live like Bear Grylls for a weekend, that's fine by me. If on the other hand, you just want to take a few things that will make it easier, it's a hobby at the end of the day, you're there to enjoy it. So as I say, just some crushed hexamine blocks, some crushed firelighters, sprinkle it in where you put your spark in, or in my case just now a little disposable lighter. Makes it a lot easier, a lot quicker, and you're not waiting for your drink for hours. But I'll shut up now because it's turning into a rant. Let's just enjoy the bird song. I don't know if you can hear them, but we've got a blackbird somewhere in this elder just here, right at the top of the garden. And on the other side, on the back of the neighbour's garden, we've got this sycamore, which somewhere in there's a pair of pigeons that are cooing away merrily. And just in the distance you can hear a dual carriageway, which I'm not too impressed about, but it's the age we live in. And it looks like a lie. The blackbird is on the top of that area over there. I don't think you'll be able to make it out. But to say we're only a quarter of a mile from the centre of the city, it's nice and peaceful.